Ronald McDonald House, South Central Ontario, provides a home away from home for families of sick or seriously ill children being treated at nearby hospitals. Many Niagara area families have been able to stay at the facility while their children were receiving treatment at Hamilton's McMaster Children's Hospital. Mario Ddividus is the CEO of Ronald McDonald House. Mario, what changes have been necessary during the pandemic?
I think fortunately for me, I had a great leader that was here, Catherine Bridgman, who's moved over to Toronto, and she's really shepherded the load with all of our incredible staff. But the house has been able to stay open during the entire pandemic. So you can imagine the challenges, facing employees and families, from plexiglass to your common ones, the crazy cleaning. But you got to remember as well, when the country and the world were closing down hotels, we're essentially a hotel of 40 bedrooms that had minimized occupancy, so 50%, but we had a full range of families still coming through here. So we would average anywhere from 15 to 20 families during the pandemic. So we were never closed. On top of moving our food service to door, stopping a lot of our beautiful programming in the house and in our family rooms at MAC. To just dealing with the anxiety of staff, like asking staff to come in to take care of other families during a time that they weren't sure if they were being able to take care of themselves, because this was so new and the data and the information was so acute. So we went through a world of changes. I think the light is at the end of the tunnel now, so we're slowly starting to bring that occupancy back, and so are the rest of the houses across the country.
Mario, you're in a unique position when it comes to charities that serve Niagara, because Ronald McDonald House is not actually in the Niagara area, but I think it's important for us to remember that so many Niagara area families do use your service.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish there was one in the Niagara area, and the reason being is because there's not teaching hospitals across the country. And there isn't children's hospitals across the country. So if your child is critically ill, you need to take them either to London, to Hamilton, or to Toronto. That's your only option. So we actually serve a catchment area all the way from Niagara to Halton, Hamilton, KW, Brantford, Guelph. And that's a fairly large area. We're talking about 3.5, 4 million people in that area. And 65% of these folks have to drive out to a close nearby hospital. About 1,000 families we see a year. That equates to about 15,000 nights. We see about 30 to 35% from Niagara. So Niagara and KW are our biggest feeders, I guess, in terms of what families come into our home.
Mario, can we take a look at some of the stats available on your website? They're from the year 2019. 728 families were served that year. 12.64 nights was the average stay. You had 304 nights as the longest stay, which seems incredible, and an estimated $3.6 million saved for the families by being able to access your services. These are some amazing numbers.
You think of Ronald McDonald House, you know the name, but the stories are really pale in terms of, wow, like those are some crazy numbers. When you have a child who is critically ill, you can imagine how your life essentially is paralyzed. Mom and dad is driving every day to the McMaster Hospital to treat their child. If you have another sibling, their life is, arguably on the back burner because one child is in such great need. So in our house, we have 40 rooms and all families are welcome. So mom and dad are in the house, so is brother or sister. We provide, the room that essentially has 2 queen beds, a pull-out couch, your own washroom, full-out food all day long. So a hot breakfast, a hot dinner, continuous snacks throughout the day. There's laundry service that we do linens, incredible well-being programming for mom and dad, for the children to continue to stay educated. So some of the houses actually have schools built into the Ronald McDonald House, so you're not stepping back from their academic career. We've got gyms to game rooms to a movie theater, truly trying to emulate a home away from home. So you're not completely having to stop. So all those soft touches we take care of. So when the unimaginable happens, you know that Ronald McDonald House is here for you. And all those soft touches you can depend on our staff to deliver on. So mom and dad, brother and sister can be where they need to be, and that's, you know, next to their sick child.
What a relief. 30% of your funding comes from McDonald's restaurants.
They're our forever and founding partner. An incredible amount of dollars and support that Ronald McDonald puts through to all the chapters across the world. There's 375 Ronald McDonalds nationwide. Out of the 17 that are in Canada, the operating costs range from about 30 to 35% that they cover. Unfortunately, the rest is, I like to say, family supporting families. We don't receive any government funding. We're not a core service that the Ministry of Health or Ministry of Child Services provides. So it is, a family comes in here, is completely blown away of the services that we provide and want to give back. So we continue to be able to do the work that we do. So other families don't have to drive 50 minutes every day to take care of their child. So we've got various different fundraising opportunities that we do. But for the most part, it's families helping families.